Hello, students. Today we'll study the second stanza of the poem, A Roadside Stand. I'll give you line by line explanation of the stanza. So here I go. It is in the news that all these pitiful kin are to be bought out and mercifully gathered in, to live in villages next to the theatre and the store. Now the paraphrasing goes like, there was news about the village folk being shifted, being relocated to near the towns. Villagers was asked to shift to towns as their farmlands were required to accommodate the expanding city. Soon the city would encroach their farms. So all the villagers were asked to give their lands to the government, to the city dwellers, in exchange for some remuneration, some incentive, some monetary compensation. So the villagers were asked to forego their piece of land to the city dwellers. These miserable families would now live near the theatres and shopping stores in cities. But this was just an illusion. These were meant to benefit them, but in actuality, they were a distraction from reality. It was just an enticement, just a bait for the rural people. In actuality, all the benefit of that exchange went to the city dwellers or the government authorities. Because once they lose their land, they will lose their permanent source of income. Once they forfeit their farming, their indigenous occupation, they will be helpless very soon, because all the money which will be given to them will be spent in a short period of time, and after that they will be left with no money. And then what? Then they will be forced to suffer. So this is how they were befooled by the city dwellers. So in these lines, the poetic device is irony in the lines, in the words mercifully gathered. Please notice these words. The poetic device used by poet is irony. So they were supposed to be treated mercifully, but the city people were mean and selfish towards them. Next lines. Where they won't have to think for themselves anymore, while greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey. Tempted by this false and perhaps short-lived sense of security, the villagers lose their abilities to make decisions for themselves. They become puppets in the hands of their so-called helpers, so-called benefactors, who are waiting to take over their land. Even the government and the civic authorities who should help them actually end up harming them. The people who pretend to be their benefactors are actually greedy exploiters who intrude in their lives, forcing benefits and lulling them into a false complacency. The poetic device used in these lines is oxymoron. Notice the words greedy, good doers. Two contradictory words, greedy and good doers. The state brokers, the property dealers, the mediators who pretend to be doing good by offering benefits to the displaced villagers are the greedy good doers. They make the farmers leave their land by promising benefits, that make them feel financially secure. Hence, the villagers feel that they will not have to think for themselves any longer. And the second poetic device used here is an extended metaphor in the line beneficent beasts of prey. The monetary compensation for the loss of their land are not real benefits because they will eventually ruin their lives and make them lazy. These villagers are in fact victims projected as beneficiaries. Next lines. Swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their wits. The politicians want to lull them into a sense of complacency. They call them from the villages into towns, promising them riches and benefits. They distract them from the real issues so that the farmers do not ask uncomfortable questions. The farmers become rich for a while, after which they are left penniless and without any employment. It ultimately results in the benefit of the urban elite. The poetic device used in these lines is a metaphor, that is swarm. Just like flies swarm over sweets, in the same way the people in power hover over the rural poor for their own benefits. Coming to the last lines of this stanza, and by teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day. Destroy their sleeping at night the ancient way. The city people, they have distracted the rural poor from the harsh realities so that they don't pose uncomfortable questions. Hence, the politicians are relaxed now. They sleep all day. The ancient way refers to the lifestyle where one works and toils during the day, coming home tired in the evening and thereby taking a well-deserved good night's rest. The villagers and rural folk who are slowly enticed by the city's money-minded tendencies and greed lose sleep dreaming of superficial lifestyles. The poetic device used in the last two lines is repetition. Notice the line, how to sleep, they sleep. So this is all about the second stanza. In my next video, I'll give you explanation of the third stanza. Till then, take care. Bye.